Can everybody see the screen and hear me? I think the mic is working, because I see the... Okay, cool. I have something wired today, so no sudden low battery on the headset this time. Yeah, hey everyone. Very quiet. I can turn the music down and then turn my voice up. Wow. No, I think this is already... I can turn the music down, I guess. Wait, am I quiet or is the game quiet? Because I think I turned the game audio down yesterday. Okay, so it's the game. 1 second. I figured as much. Is that better? The music's a bit low anyway, but... Okay, can you hear the game now? Okay, master volume is at max, so... Let me see. Yeah, I'll turn the background music up a little bit. Sometimes it's a bit hard to hear myself over the music, which is why I usually turn the music down. What do you mean the side chat isn't working? This thing? Then again, y'all were telling me to switch data centers anyway, so... I kind of forgot how to do that. Or do I have to go to, like, Gridania to do that? Like, one of the 3 major hub worlds. Let me see. Let me see if I can amplify the mic. Hold on. Let's see. I turned the dial a bit. Can you hear my voice a bit better now? I had turned the dial just a teensy bit on the audio interface. Okay, cool. So is everything settled? Is that kind of a good audio balance now for y'all? You can switch data centers by going back to login and going on to your character and transfer to another data center temporarily. Okay. Well, if I don't need to do that immediately, then I guess I won't. But like, if for whatever reason you want me to, just let me know. And I guess I'll log out and in again and do that. Or go to like one of the major cities. I think I'm going away from it, not towards it. That's only if you can't log into your homeroom. Okay. Oh, you were trying to... Okay, every server on Crystal is full. Oh. Well, yeah. Late as usual, and I had technical difficulties at the start, so yeah, a pretty normal evening, I guess. Yeah, we did the Alice stuff last time. I guess we're gonna see what Alphino is up to. If you head south along the coast, you'll eventually come to a fisherman's shack. A friend of the Crystarium lives there, a man who goes by the name of Ivor. Ivor keeps an eye on everything that happens in Colusia and will be able to point you in the right direction. Just hand him a sprig of thyme and that will let him know you can be trusted. Here, this should be enough. Find your friend. I will stay here with the Amaro until you are ready to return. What you after? Fish? Crab? I think I've got an eel in a barrel somewhere, if you have a taste for them. Oh, I do love a bit of thyme. Chuck some in the pan and it's like a bloody festival of flavor. Now, what is it I can do for you? Can't say as there's been any major upsets to repeat these past few weeks. Alphino, eh? I know the one, our young champion of the downtrodden. Eulmore's richer than all of Norvant put together, but it's a different story for them as live outside the city. Most spend every waking moment just trying to stay alive, which makes your friend's dedication to helping others stand out all the more. I can hazard a guess as to where he is now. Get a message to him, but you'll need somewhere quiet to meet, away from prying eyes. Make for Stilltide. That's the fishing village just up the path there. You're looking for a rundown excuse for a tavern the locals call the Leaky Keel. Wait there, and I'll see that Alphino joins you. How's my week? Yeah, it was pretty normal. Just business as usual. It's weird, all the worlds on Crystal and Aether are congested. I've never seen this happen. Is something going on, or is it a... I assume you mean, yeah, DDoS. I don't know. I didn't think this many people would be on the game this weekend. This is your first time in a tavern? It's customary to buy a drink if you mean to loiter. What will you be having? Legit in real life, I'd probably just say water, but we'll take the ale. A fine choice. What will you be paying with? Well, now, those are exotic. Where did you come by coins like that? I'm sorry, dear. I don't doubt they have value, but I don't have a touchstone to test their purity, and I'm not about to go begging for one from the neighbors, so we'll just have to come to some other arrangement. Here's an idea. There's a common to the north where we grow our vegetables, but lately the pests have been eating more of them than we have. What do you say a bit of extermination work? I knew she was gonna frickin' say that. Like, I want you to squash any vermin you find, then visit the caretaker and give him an earful from me for sleeping on the job. He'll be in the old silo next to the fence, snoring like as not. Do that for me, and you can laze about here as long as you like. They might have reached their capacity, which is why more people on going to Dynamis to make new characters. Same reason matchmaking should help when it releases. Yeah, I guess. Okay, it's just up there. There's supposed to be another one, right? Oh, there it is. Oh, I was about to say I should be able to do it twice, yeah. Yeah, but it means need to increase capacity. It also means the PS4 version is on its way out. For some reason, I thought they had already canceled the PS4 version, but maybe I'm thinking of another game. Maybe one of the gotchas, but... Huh. I didn't know the PS4 version was technically still running. Yo, really enjoyed your previous 14 videos while playing the game and now caught up. Hope you're having a good one. I am, yeah. Thanks for asking. Yeah, I was kind of busy for the past year. I mean, I guess I'm still busy now, but yeah. I guess I was on a bit of a hiatus. Just knock on the door 3 times. No one is home, judging by the lack of furniture. They haven't been for some time. Odd scraps of vegetables on the floor, suggest rats have taken up residence. Interesting. They said the PS4 version will be gone sometime during 8.0. Said around 8.3 is probably when they will stop supporting the PS 4. Their time limit is 2 years for PS4 users to get a PS5. That PS5 is going to be mostly used to play PS4 games. PS5 is what? Astrobot. I'm trying to think. Oh yeah, and the Demon Souls remake. I knew there was another, but yeah, outside of that, I think every other PS5 like exclusive you can get like on PC or like some other multi-platform. Nice tavern you have here. Mind if I park my bike at your bar? Year and a half, yeah. It doesn't help that console prices go up these days instead of down. I remember when I first got a PS2 and that shit was like $130 when my parents bought it. Like, consoles used to get cheaper as they got older. God. Must have left to join the rest of the hopefuls. In Gatetown, outside Ulmore, you don't have a clue what I'm talking about, do you? And there I was thinking you were another dreamer. Well, never mind all that. Take a seat wherever you like, dear. You've more than earned it. I'll even throw in another drink on the house.
How is business today, Mistress Theva?
And there he is.
Oh, frenetic. Look, I have a new customer.
Tis good to see you, my friend. The barley seeds you wanted. They should produce a better harvest than the last.
What, just like that? Oh, well, Finneau, you really are a dear. Well, I'd best be tidying up some of those empty shacks before the pests move in. Keep an eye on the place while I'm out, eh?
Seems an age since last we spoke. Not since the prisoner exchange in Doma. And Yotsu.
Oh yeah, because right after that he went with Maxim and the others, to go negotiate with the Empire. Right, we really haven't seen him for quite a few patches.
It has been even longer for me, of course, if you count the days I've spent here. The time has only added to the relief I feel seeing you safe and well. Huh. Alize said much the same thing. I don't think I've ever had such a scolding. But I believe an exchange of news is in order. Come, tell me of your arrival and all that came before.
Stream is choppy.
I see. But the Exarch and Alize told me what they knew of events, but I had stubbornly clung on to the hope that all-out war might yet be avoidable. And poor Tataru. She must be sick with worry. We must endeavor to return as soon as we may.
I'm trying to think, is it my internet or is it... I'm thinking it can't be my PC because my PC is pretty fucking good. It might be the internet. As soon as this wraps up, I'll look into it.
It would be nice to bring her good tidings for a change. But before we bid this world farewell, we must first ensure that it is not rejoined to the source. We must prevent the 8th Umbral calamity.
I wonder. Hold on.
Urianger's vision of the future has, I fear, every chance of coming true.
Did anything improve on y'all's end? I had the stream running on a, like... Damn, okay.
By his description, the catalyst for the calamity was a formless and deadly weapon employed by the Garlean Empire.
I closed a window right quick and I was wondering if that was causing it, but maybe it wasn't.
Which can only mean one thing. Black Rose. Gaius was telling you the truth. When we were on the trail of the Ascians, we saw evidence that the gas was being manufactured once more.
Now we're both choppy? Damn, we're both chopped.
Gaius was adamant that the project had been scrapped. But so long as there are wars to be waged, there will always be those determined to win by any means. And thus simply destroying the existing stores of Black Rose would do little to alter fate's course.
Watch this cutscene be like 30 minutes just because I need to
sense,
wait for it to be
our
over.
voluntary journey here to the First was something of a boon. Together with the Exarch, we've developed a theory as to how we believe the rejoining will be set in motion. I'm sure Urianger himself will cover the subject in more detail.
You think it's related to the... I'm thinking it's either my internet or it's probably... It might be related to the data center shit y'all were talking about before I came in.
But I can tell you the process requires that both worlds, the Source and the First, be facing an existential threat. One being Sin Eaters, of course.
Alright guys, just grin and bear it. I'll fix it soon.
They are a menace that I would dearly love to remove, and not just to avert a calamity. I may be a stranger to this world, but I will not stand idly by and let innocent people be slaughtered. That is what brought me to the gates of Yulmore. Ignoring its pretensions as a kind of capital city to what remains of the world, it is nonetheless a center of power and authority. If any solutions are to be found, I believe our search should begin there. What say you, old friend? Hungry for another adventure?
Yeah, sure. Why not?
And so we take to the road once more.
Just like the Heavensward days, I guess. Okay, I'm gonna take y'all up on your suggestion and switch over to, I feel like Ulma might be the least packed of the three major cities right now. I just have a hunch. Yeah, I'm gonna try and switch data centers, and I'm also gonna see if I can. I have a really long Ethernet cable. I'm gonna see if I can maybe plug that directly into my router, and maybe that can make things a bit more stable. I don't know if it'll fix it, but it's worth a shot. Y'all said which one? Uldan Balmung, no. Okay. Y'all mentioned one that was like... Oh, Zeleri. No. You said you... Ryokyu said he barely got into that one. Oh, I do have to log out. Okay, fine. Sure. Oh, there it is. Dynamis. I think that's the one y'all mentioned. Wait, isn't this gonna make me make a new character, though? Yeah, I'm pretty sure... Wait, oh boy, okay, y'all confusing me now. How the fuck do I do that? Oh, right click, okay. Oh, okay, I have to switch it back to my normal one and then do... Okay, fine. So visit another data center, I assume? Well, you can create parties with friends right now. Okay. Right, summon crystal, so... Guess it isn't. Okay. I guess, I don't know, I'll take frickin' Seraph. I'm sure everybody picked one of the first three, so I'll take, Seraph. Estimated travel time less than 1 minute. Okay, well that's loading up. Where are my settings? Where's settings? What the fuck? Okay, there it is. This game gets really bitchy when you're trying to switch windows. Drop me back in Gridania. Alright, I'm gonna go see if I can find that fucking Ethernet cable. You might experience some, like, interference, like, maybe it might freeze a bit, because it's gonna switch from Wi-Fi to Ethernet, but... yeah. Wait, no, not the Crystarium. Fuck. Hold on, can I interrupt it? Okay, cool. Over here. I think at the very least I'll go somewhere a little less crowded, though, while you're waiting. Still as choppy as ever. Okay. But yeah, while I'm getting this sorted out, I'll, that is choppy. What the fuck? Pop out. Tilrin, you picked a very bad time to come in. I'm sorting out technical difficulties right now. Where did I put that goddamn cable? Ahaha. Very funny. Very fucking funny. Is it still, like, choppy? I gave it a, I gave it a Ethernet connection or whatever. I don't know if that's gonna fix it, but, you know. It probably could just be maybe the game is just really congested today and, you know, streaming it is the worst possible thing I could do today. I don't know. Okay, well, that's... Alright, cool. Let me catch up on chat, because I don't remember. Let's see. Data center, blah blah blah. Oh, wonder what the combat's like? Yeah, I'm not sure. I haven't even done the first dungeon for this expansion yet. I guess they're really gonna blue ball me on that. But yeah, hopefully maybe we'll get into some combat today. Yeah, I heard Crossbell was getting re-released. The consequences of the Sky Trilogy, Exceed still having the rights to that. They can make frickin' current gen versions of Crossbell before they can port Sky to consoles. In another world, this is an Ethernet. Xenoblade 2. This is an Ethernet! Still weird how they never implemented where you can do it across all major settlements. The only constant in this is that regardless of player, they should always have access to a starting city aetheryte. It's why they made sure to put all new jobs in starting cities. Yeah, I noticed that only the Heavensward jobs are in Ishgard. There are people who did complain that they could not play Dark Knight when Heavensward came out. They had to go through a Realm Reborn and get to Ishgard. So what are your thoughts on Cold Steel 4 so far? Dude, I'm gonna be honest. Act 2 is kind of boring. Like, I am suffering from the curse of Burnout Bonia right now. But, I've been playing it in bits and pieces. I just don't have enough footage to put out, like, another video on it just yet. The first part was interesting. The Fragment chapter was really good, but I mean, Act 2 is kind of, it's kind of a slog, dude. I'm gonna be honest. One second. Priorities. Stream looks okay. It seems okay. Okay. Randomly choppy, but it's better. Okay, well, that's what I was hoping for. It's a bit of stutter, but it's not as bad. Or Cold Steel 1 and 2 to Switch. Yeah, that's overdue, especially considering... what was I gonna say? Especially considering it's on the Switch, just not for, like, North America and Europe. Yeah, maybe one day. Act 2 can be a bit slow, but the end of it is really peak. Well, that's what everybody keeps telling me, but I'll believe it when I see it. Act 2 is boring, but okay, it picks up near the end. I'll try and talk a little bit about the game until you finish. Okay. And we're all caught up. Oh, that was Ryokyu. Okay, I thought that was someone different. Alright, cool. Right, so I was talking to Alphino and he had the next quest. Yeah, it still does seem kind of choppy, but I don't know if I need to... Master volume... I don't think it's my PC, though. Oh, well. We'll just... Oh, it's based off of Adol and Memories of Silseta. That makes sense. Assuming you have no objections, let us make our way directly to the city outskirts. If we time our arrival just right, maybe we can be lucky enough to see why I have yet to set foot in Yulemore, despite my best efforts to do so. Come, from here we must head west and then cross a small bridge. Choppy, is your weapon an axe? No, it's a, Actually, I haven't played Warrior in a while, huh? No, not that kind of choppy. You could say it's a katana choppy, or... I'm pretty sure this is a katana. Is it? It is... Tsukuyomi's Moonlit Chokuto. Whatever that is. Oh, hey Celestial, how you doing? He called you Muse. Yeah. Actually, I did not realize I had the fucking regalia unlocked. I could have just had y'all fucking sit in the passenger seats. Oh well. Colucia seems peaceful, does it not? Almost familiar. I had a similar impression of the Crystarium. Even in this distant world, people are much the same. To think whether a calamity struck the source, a reflection such as this one, with all its culture and history, was being erased from existence. Go, get away from me! Over there. Quickly, someone's in trouble. If it doesn't look clear on screen, I said that's because Celestial's profile pic is music. No, I know. Yeah, Samurai is basically Reen, I guess. Another one of these things. You guys need someone to join up as a tank. I'm gonna, well, as soon as it makes sense plot-wise, I'm gonna switch over to tank. So, if you want to join Historian, I would actually recommend joining as a DPS. Oh, thank the fates! Look out! Well, Tilrain, you get to see some combat, I guess. Just a little bit. Doing pretty good, just ate crab cake sub and fries for dinner. Why I got held up to the stream sooner. Oh, that sounds delicious, honestly. There are Reen Glam suggestions online. I just think it's funny we have a crow job in the game now. Wait into that. No, yeah, like the combat role. Like you have tanks, you have healers, and you have DPS classes. So, well, I can explain it later. Let me get through this cutscene. My poor heart. Thank you, young miss. There you are. In my haste, I lost my bearings, but I see you have the situation well in hand. Fine work. Are you alright, madam? Just a few bruises from where I fell, nothing compared to what was in store for me before this brave soul came to my rescue. I honestly thought I was done for. My feet are not as swift as they once were, and I knew there was no one left... no one left to hear me scream. Not that I let that stop me. I should probably leave my old house behind and queue up outside Yulmore with the rest of them. Doubt those fancy lords and ladies would welcome an old crone like me. Still, even a shack near the gate has to be safer than staying here. One would hope. Either way, I suggest you avoid wandering alone, lest you make the Sin Eater's task it any easier. Thank you again, you saved my life. Now, I'm sure a strapping lass like you has little to fear, but I wouldn't linger long in this place. There's naught to be had here but cobwebs and memories. As the lady says, many in these parts abandon their homes to live in Yulmore's shadow. Should the Sin Eaters descend upon this region, there are a precious few with the strength to fight them off. Speaking of which, what have you been told of these monsters? Yes, Alice would be well qualified to speak on the subject. Compared with Arang, Kalusia is almost a haven, but as you saw, we cannot let our guard down. Had you arrived but a few moments later, the Sin Eaters would have claimed another victim. Still, we have won a very small victory this time at least. Now shall we press on? We need to return to where the road forks and follow the path that leads west. Alright, what is chat doing? Blah, blah, blah. Yeah, Viper. It definitely wasn't made up for no lunch earlier this afternoon. Imagine if you didn't show up to help. Yeah, she would have been, yeah, she would have been kind of cooked. Okay, you're gonna meet us in Yulmore. She doesn't look that old, to be honest. Well, it's like a frickin' JRPG semi-anime styled game, you know. Everyone looks good. Did you hear about the VTuber who was supposedly fired for making a pun about boars being boring 5 years ago? I didn't really hear about it, but I'm not really well versed in a VTuber news, so no, I didn't. But that doesn't sound very fair, to be honest. Yeah, maybe there's more to the story. Age is but a matter of perspective. Read Schwartzer's alt account. Bruh, I did hear about that, LOL. It's messed up, to be honest, getting punished from such an old comment that wasn't offensive. Yeah, I definitely do think, I mean, it might depend on what you've said, but I do think there probably should be, like, 5 years ago was crazy. That's a lot of balloons. I said balloons instead of balloons. I haven't played Bloons Tower Defense in a while. Fun game.
That gate up ahead is known as the Open Arms, and Yulmore itself lies beyond. This, meanwhile, is the aptly named Gate Town, the dwelling place of the many desperate souls who hope to be chosen to live in the city proper.
I thought I recognized you. Brought a new friend, eh? I'll bet you got a trick or two up your sleeve. Maybe even 3. Care to show me?
She's not here to compete. Leave her be.
What? I was only making conversation.
Ladies and gentlemen, your attention, please!
That British accent. The voice actor sounds familiar. Hey, it's the frickin'
Greetings to our hopeful petitioners, one and all. Yulmore extends its warmest regards.
it's the fucking dancing puppet theme from Final Fantasy IV. Very.
Let it be known that a lady of distinction wishes to dine on fish divine.
I haven't played 9, so any 9 references are gonna go right over my head.
We seek a master culinarian who can guarantee seafood perfection. Dazzle the matron with your delicious dishes, and life in the city will be yours to enjoy. Even on days when fish is not on the menu.
Damn.
Who among you will answer the call? Name yourself or another. We might not at all.
She woke up the entire town.
What about that girl?
Do you recall how I said Yulmore was a center of power and authority? Well, that is not the only reason for its fame.
Yeah, everyone who's 9 tells me it's really good. It's near the top for a lot of them.
It is also known as the City of Final Pleasures. The noble and the wealthy who survived the flood gathered here to live out the rest of their days in decadent abandon.
That tracks.
A poor man could sooner pass through the Iron Needle than Yulmore's gates. The only way the common folk can enter this perverted paradise is if they fulfill the whim of one of the privileged. And so they are picked over like market produce.
What a catch! We'll not be throwing this one back. Having seen your all too obvious charms, we welcome you with open arms. Come, join us in the City of Splendor and live out your life in an ecstasy of endeavor. Oh, just look at those expectant faces. What could you possibly be waiting for?
I feel like there's a catch to this.
Well, well, what have we here? An extra share of meal to celebrate our newest resident! For you.
Oh, hello.
Enjoy!
Thank goodness.
Meal is a foodstuff which Yulmore routinely doles out to the people of Gatetown, and apparently a staple for its citizens as well. Many here rely on it to survive in these times of scarcity.
Oops. Didn't mean to
Let's just say it leaves a bad taste in my mouth.
advance the text. Yeah, I noticed. Yeah, it was a. I noticed that little Final Fantasy IV. Yeah, reference here. Let's look at the chat. Was that Zorn and Thorn? Apparently, yeah, that's a Final Fantasy IX reference. FF9 is my second favorite of the ones I played 1 through 9. Imagine when they get to Final Fantasy 20, like what'll even be dude, imagine what happens if they get to Final Fantasy 30. They're gonna have to skip using Roman numerals for that one. I'm boring, but FF7 is my favorite. I like 7. I do think it's a bit overrated, though. Actually, I like 10 the most. At least so far. I haven't played all of them, but I like 10 the most of the ones I've played. 7 is near the top. It's just not my, like, all-time favorite. Go little doggy, catch the train. Oh yeah, 10 is my favorite. 8 had my favorite story. Well, that tracks because most people seem to not like 8 for gameplay reasons. Yeah, there's always a catch. Yeah, I'm just waiting for the other shoe to drop. The gameplay is, yeah. Throwback to Final Fantasy IV. I want free food from a clown lady. Yeah. I've seen people say you have to be a psychopath to play FF8 without speed up. Invite me? Where are you? Did I already friend you? Are you already on my friends list? Give me a second. That makes me a psychopath because I can't risk playing with speed up as the monsters will have their turn sooner. I feel like it's gonna have Family Guy syndrome by then. My number one favorite is probably FF6, with 9 being close second. There's a lot of great Final Fantasies. If you include Mystic Quest, Crystal Chronicles, and the World of, then Final Fantasy is up to their 20th entry already. Excluding my MMO, excluding the MMOs, my personal favorite is the 13 trilogy. Yes, I can hear your boos and disproving glares. I've actually never played the 13 trilogy, so I have no idea how good or bad it is. So True Weapons will probably just give up the numbers and give them title name instead. I assume this is you. There we go. Okay, well I can change that. And there you go. What's the Family Guy syndrome? Just seasonal rot? Yeah, pretty much. Okay. Alright, gotta talk to Alphino next. This is still choppy in my preview, which doesn't bode well. But there isn't really much more I can do. Now you understand why my attempts to enter the city have thus far come to naught. The dubious privilege of residency must be won via a contest with ever-changing rules. They say this policy has been in place for the past 2 decades, ever since Eulmore's current ruler came into power. Yet, from what I've seen, it does more harm than good. Not only does it distract people from our shared struggle against the Sin Eaters, it robs them of their self-sufficiency. I have tried to propose ways they could improve their lot, but my words invariably fall on deaf ears. The attitude is so entrenched now, I worry that, well, mayhap you should take a turn around Gate Town and judge the situation for yourself. Okay, guess we'll head in this direction first. Large pot bubbles over the plain, pale chunks meal, you realize, float in the otherwise plain broth. Just look at it. Can you imagine a more beautiful city? Every day I dream of the life that waits for me inside of those walls. Oh, will they ever pick me? Huh. Did I run past it? No, I didn't. Okay. Still here, are you? Can't blame you for wanting a slice of Yulemore's pie. If you ask me, you should ditch that sour-faced brat and make a home for yourself here. Gate Town's not much to look at, but at least it's safe, and the meal is the best thing I've ever tasted. Okay, and then the... Yep. What was over here? You've seen what Gate Town has to offer? These people can no longer fend for themselves. They've become dependent on handouts of meal, and believe Yulemore is the answer to all their woes. Yet no matter how I frame my encouragement, they seem unwilling, nay, unable to conceive any other way of life. Okay. I was speaking of people in general, since 13 is generally disliked. I enjoyed 13 and 13 too. I do admit the 13 trilogy has flaws for sure. I'm thinking a franchise that went on the longest without falling on quality. Yeah, probably pretty rare. Doctor Who did pretty well. They need to do an FF7 remake style... an FF7 remake style remake of Final Fantasy VI. That would be a remake worth making. That would be cool, but I don't really trust them to make any more AAA scale remakes because, like, I heard that they, I haven't even played FF7 Remake yet, but I heard they, like, I heard they fumbled, particularly, like, Rebirth, they fumbled that so bad, you know. If they do decide to do something like that, at the very least, like, don't split it up into 3 parts. 6 is perfect as it is with sprites. Yeah, it's really, it's fine as it is. Maybe I wouldn't mind it getting, like, the chibi style, like, the DS remakes, like, 3 and 4 got. Maybe I wouldn't mind, like, you know, 5 and 6 getting something like that. But, you know, it doesn't need a remake, period. But if they were going to remake it, maybe do it like that. Imagine if they did remakes for 5, 6, 8, and 9 would be so awesome. Not every game needs a remake. Yeah, I'm gonna be honest, I'm kind of burnt out on remakes. You know, you got some exceptions like, well, Sky the First and maybe a couple others, but I can't think of them off the top of my head. But, yeah, they tend to just be hit or miss. How do you suplex a train in modern graphics? 6 is fine as is, 4, however, could use the remake treatment. Very true, there are too many remasters and remakes nowadays in the game industry. Yeah, and I think it's literally just because they're just safe to do because they already have an established fan base. You don't have to, like, you know, venture into new territory and try and, you know, there's already established interest in it. So business-wise, it's just safer. Yeah, but some definitely do. I would love to see the world and lore of FF6 more fleshed out. Does that town have Wi-Fi, or how do the townspeople connect to the internet? Internet? Oh, you mean the Aethernet. There is no internet, but we have teleportation and magic walkie-talkies, I guess. But they probably don't have that either. You must give them the latest technology. Since we're on FF6, fun fact, Kefka's laugh is pretty iconic and was reused in a few Square products. Sounds like a libertarian. Who? The guy we were... Oh, Alphino? Yeah, maybe. Kefka's the best FF6 villain. Kefka's one of the best villains in the whole franchise, actually. This guy hasn't played any FFs, or... Who did you hear that blasphemy from? FF7 Rebirth was Game of the Year contender? Well, I heard it wasn't horrible. I just heard that it was, I just heard, like, it was just not as good as Remake 1, and then, like, it had, like, a lot of bloat in certain sections. This is just me hearing from the grapevine. I haven't played the game myself. I have both of them on Steam. They're just in my backlog, and I probably won't get around to playing them for a while. FF6 should just be remade as a whole game. I will say, too, because I'm not really, like I said, I think FF7's a bit overrated. I liked Crisis Core more than I liked normal FF7, if I'm being honest. Maybe I'm just too much of a zoomer, but, you know. Yeah. So I'm thinking I'll probably enjoy the... I can't believe I'm about to say that. I'm probably going to enjoy the remake more than the original game. Just purely for gameplay reasons. But I'm willing to be proven wrong. FF7 should just be remade as a whole game, but personally it's good and just needs voice acting. Forget Final Fantasy, we need another damned Chrono game. Yeah, I admit the ambition of the remake trilogy, but in trying to appeal to everyone they ended up pleasing no one. It could be like some finishing move where the whole train derails. But what makes Sky the first chapter is good as a remake is because they didn't change the story like FF7 Remake did. That's what I heard too, like there are actual like story changes in the remake. So like the remake is like its own timeline instead of like a secondary option if you want to experience FF7. I was hoping that the front mission remake could have gotten Dubai, or do you mean dubs? Yeah, okay, dubs. Skyrim and Last of Us Remastered 2027 edition coming soon. No, don't speak it into existence. Don't speak it into existence. Sufficiently advanced technology is indistinguishable from magic. Bloats? Well, I doubt Trails fans will have a problem with it. Well, yeah, considering I've played Trails, I probably won't. It probably won't feel like anything to me, but yeah. It is an infinite backlog. Well, I do have issues with Trails. I'm not generally bothered by bloats. Like I said, I'd still have to play it myself to see. Because who knows, I might end up liking it, you know. Anyway. Kept y'all waiting long enough. He obviously disapproves of Yule more. I mean, you know, for obvious reasons. Let me ask him about the people. Disapprove? It frustrates me, certainly. That is only part of it, though. The whole situation makes me uneasy. Not that it matters. However unjust this system seems to me, if these people claim to be content with their lot, it's hardly my place to criticize their choices. But take that elderly lady you rescued. Does it not seem that those who have chosen to forego Yulmore's, I have no idea how to pronounce that, largesse are doomed to suffer for their independence? In the end, they are all but forced to seek refuge in Gatetown, and so hamlets and fields across the island are left empty and untended, hastening the region's descent into ruin. Nay, I am not convinced that Yulmore's generosity truly serves the best interests in Colucia's people. I am not so naive as to think there is some miraculous solution to all of this, yet I cannot help but frown at the sight of hard-working villagers struggling to survive, even as the chosen few rejoice at being plucked from poverty by the hand of a capricious noble. There has to be a better way. I will not know for sure, however, until I have taken those long-delayed steps through Yulmore's gates. 'Tis fortunate that you arrived when you did, Weapons. I have been working on a scheme to insinuate myself into the city, and if all goes to plan, it should soon come to fruition. There is a beast tribe who makes its home in the seas surrounding the island. The Ondo, they are called, though you and I know them as the Sahajin. Oh, I remember them. For the most part, they keep to themselves in their ocean grottos and rarely have dealings with land dwellers. But as Tataru took such great pains to impress upon me during our stay in Kugane, business favors the bold, and so I reached out to them. I duly discovered that the Ondo are inordinately fond of land-grown produce, fresh fruits in particular, and when I offered to produce such goods to them, they promised to pay me in pearls. An attractive business venture for any prospective investor, would you not agree? Surely even the most jaded Eulmorian lord would have time for a merchant who can make pearls from plums and pumpkins. Yes, I've come a long way since my days of buying samurai swords without first negotiating a price. I remember that. My appointment with the Ondo is due to take place in a few hours. I just need to collect the produce and meet them on the shore. Might you help me make the exchange? Excellent. I should be glad of your company. First things first, then. We must pay a visit to Moshamoa, my supplier. Come. It is just to the northwest of here. Well, we've been heard. I'll probably start Trails Beyond the Horizon next month, taking a bit of a break from Trails after beating Daybreak 2. And I hear Daybreak 2 is like the quote-unquote worst one. Like, it's good, but it's, for a lot of people, it's the least good. Although people said the same thing about Cold Steel 2, and then I played that and I liked it. It had bloat, but Rebirth was better than Remake in every way. Look up Maximilian Dude or Nico B or 4 through 8 Productions reviews. They are the biggest fans, but most critical of FF7. I beat the Japanese version of Daybreak 2 and Horizon, Kuro 2 and Kai a while ago, and I mean to play the English versions eventually. Mainly playing Dragon Age 2, Crimson Desert, and Jet Set Radio Future. Oh snap, that's awesome. Did you enjoy playing them? Horizon, yes, it's my #1 in the series. Yeah, people seem to really like Horizon. It seems like it's another Azure or Reverie or, you know, like just a universally liked Trails game. Daybreak 2, I accept it was made under unfortunate circumstances. Well, that's not very reassuring. It's not my least favorite, at least. I shouldn't say anymore. Great to hear. I'm definitely excited to play it down the road. I feel, yeah. Sky SC was my fave up until now. Yes, Tataru never forgets, indeed. Top 3 favorite Trails games, Azure, Cold Steel 4, and Cold Steel 2. Sky SC is fantastic. Daybreak 2 feels like a filler episode. That's what I've heard. Gameplay is fun, but the story feels inconsequential. Right, okay. Back to playing the game. Hold on. Oh, that's a long way. Wolfster, do you mind giving me the carpool service? Because you can fly, right? You got all the Aether Currents? Did you finish Expedition 33? I haven't done that much myself. Actually, no, I never did, I never did get back to it, even though I've been meaning to. Hold on, how the... There's usually a way for me to get in here, right? Damn it. Oh, there we go. Okay. I'm in. I appreciate it. I think Daybreak 2 has structural issues. Never did finish Expedition 33. Main villain of Daybreak 2 was really, really bad. Part of the reason he sucks is because they're clearly holding back key parts of his motivations. Oh. Expedition 33 is my favorite game from last year. Yeah, I mean, it was good. Like, I enjoyed what I played so far. I just got sidetracked with other stuff. That renders them incoherent. Probably shouldn't go into details here. I mean, as long as you're vague about it, I guess that's fine. Yeah, I have one too, but you actually have to collect, like, specific items around the overworld before you get the ability to fly when you get to a new area. So, he can fly, but I can't, even though I have the same... I have the same, car as him. Is there something I can do for you, friend? Good day to you too, Moshe Moa. This is my associate, Weapons. We are here to collect the produce I purchased. I loaded your lackey up with the goods not long ago. My lackey? I know of no such person. Yeah, I'll get the Aetherite as soon as I'm done here. Mr. Lad, short blue hair? No? He said he'd come on your behalf, and since he seemed to know all the details, I just assumed. Confound it, someone must have been eavesdropping on our conversation. If this charlatan was here not long ago, he couldn't have gone far. We should split up and search the area. You find a vantage point on the south side of town, and I shall take up the west. Yeah, let me get this. I remember you had the coffee of the coffee of Andy and Lele, the coffin of Andy and Lele, as an option for streaming once. I did, and then everybody picked East, to no one's surprise. And yes, I still haven't gotten around to playing that either. So I guess I probably should. Splitting up is never a good idea. It has about a 50% success rate. Sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't. Search the surroundings for a male mistel with short blue hair. You may move the camera. Okay. I wonder where he could be. That can't be him, can it? Weapons, any sign of him? You have a keen eye. Let us move in before he makes his good escape. Or permit his escape, is what I mean. You could say it splits the success rate. Knee slapper. Splitting up in FF14 is always a good idea because the Warrior of Light will always find it on the first try if given the chance. Yeah, pretty much. Spicy instant ramen. I have fried chicken and some leftover mashed potatoes from yesterday that I'll be eating when I'm done with this.
The thief who claims the harvest on my behalf. Hand it over.
Well, forgive me. I have to get into the city.
Damn. Bro was desperate.
I have no family and all my friends have already been chosen. No one here gives a damn about me. When the meal gets handed out, I'm lucky if I get a smell of it. No matter what I do, they won't call out my name. I'm so tired, I'm so bloody hungry. I thought maybe I could steal your idea. Get in that way.
What is your name?
Kai Shear.
Tell me then, Kai Shear. Must it be Yulmore or nothing? What of the Christerium? They may not offer charity, but you would be fairly compensated for any work you did.
No, it has to be Yulmore. That's where all my friends are. We made a promise that we'd live together in paradise.
It's not really much of a paradise if you have biblically accurate zombie angels breathing down your neck.
I was to make my deal with the Ondo at the Clave. Listen carefully, and I shall tell you my plans for the business, and how best to arouse the Yulmorans' interest.
You'll give me your place? Just like that?
I'm giving you a chance, nothing more. What comes of it is entirely up to you.
I understand. Oh, thank you, thank you!
This was but one path. There will be others. But for young Kai Shear, it was the difference between life and death. I do not regret my decision, yet I will admit that a part of me wonders if it was for the best. We strive to bring swift salvation to this world, that countless lives might be saved, not least your own. Even if it came at the cost of one man, should I have forged on regardless?
Guys, I should probably ask, is this still choppy for you? Because I have the preview in Streamlabs, and I'm not sure if that's just Streamlabs default or if it's like actually this bad on y'all's end. So I just thought I might ask again.
Indeed. We will find another way. I promise you. Shall we return to right then? Is that?
Is what? I can't see. It looks like a dead body.
I can't be sure, but I think someone's in trouble. Come on. They may need our help.
As the hero, it is our duty to find important objects. Yummy. Yeah. Look forward to it. Do you have any sci-fi recommendations? Could be RPG, anime, TV, visual novel, or anything really. Sci-fi. I'm thinking of sci-fi JRPGs, but there really aren't that many sci-fi JRPGs, huh? The only one I can maybe think of is maybe like I'm gonna shill a Digimon Cyber Sleuth. That's pretty sci. It's basically like Persona or SMT, but like sort of sci-fi ish. At least, you know, thematically. But that's the only one I can think of in... Oh yeah, Star Ocean Historian's recommendation. Heard of it but didn't know it was sci-fi. Oh, that's just a typical law ending day in SMT. The angels just want to make sure you are following the law of God and control your life. Nothing suspicious here. I think that in very little media you will find a true no caveat paradise. YouTube didn't update the stream was live. This... Oh, okay. Yeah. Good luck with the stream. Yeah, thanks, Chelsea. Chelsea? I think that's how you pronounce your name. I've never actually pronounced your shit right. Still choppy. Hope you enjoy your time with Blue Alpha. No. Choppy in places. Trails is not one of them. A little choppy for me. Okay, choppy, but not terrible. Blue Alley say. The stream is also capping quality at 720p. No, I did that on purpose because I didn't know if I could handle doing 1080. Fucked up the joke. It's fine. I think I got what you said. Oh yeah, I guess Xenoblade does count. I forgot. Yeah. Everything Xeno applies. You're fine with the pronunciation? Alright, cool. Okay. Got up a chat. How far away is this dude? Oh. Yeah, fine, we'll ride there. Oh, surprisingly, you wouldn't expect it, but God Eater is pretty fucking sci-fi too. Because even though, you know, because the name you might think otherwise because it's called God Eater, but like all of the quote-unquote like all the origami are actually like essentially like, you know, made from cells. Or whatever, like it's far more sci-fi than the name would have you believe. How the fuck do I get over there? Wolfster is going to be restarting the chauffeur business, it seems. Oh, hold on, let me pick up that Aether Current right quick. This is very important. Wild Arms is old but sci-fi. Yeah. Nier Automata as well. Oh yeah, I forgot about Nier Automata. That's a good insight, but it's not what one traditionally thinks when you bring up sci-fi. Yeah, I'm just saying if you actually did play it, I think you've played it, but yeah, like, it doesn't seem sci-fi on the surface, but you know, once you play it, you realize it's like 90% sci-fi in general. Although, I guess God Eater 2, particularly the Rage Burst part, like, it does kind of walk the line a bit with all the crazy stuff that happens in that game, but it's, you know, it's very science-based. That should take care of the worst of his injuries. Mercy, I beg you. Breathe easy, sir. No harm will come to you here. The poor man is shivering. Keep an eye on him while I get a fire going. Stuff like Xenoblade is more science fantasy, but really that's a spectrum. Not counting X, which is more sci-fi. Maybe Parasite Eve. Phantasy Star? Oh yeah, I forgot about Phantasy Star. Completely forgot about that, yeah. I thought for certain I was dead. How am I ever to repay this kindness? We'll settle for the tale behind your current predicament. Why don't you begin by telling us your name? Tristal. I was invited into Yulemore to work as an artist. And they didn't let you in? A wealthy couple took me in to paint pictures of them, but when my style proved contrary to their taste, they just as quickly turfed me out on the street. Damn. I was left penniless and patronless, a grave sin in Lord of FFXIV City. Within days, they had me brought before the man himself, and he asked me what I meant to do. Dejected as I was, I told him I wished to leave. Little did I know how soon he would grant me my wish. They flung me over the balustrade into the God's damned ocean. Damn. From up there? How were you not dashed to pieces? Don't ask me. Luck, I suppose. Though, if you hadn't found me when you did, I wouldn't have counted for much. Oh, fuck. So people can get kicked out just as quickly as they get let in. Monstrous. And the citizens condone such barbaric punishment? Oh, without a second thought. When Lord FFXIV passes judgment, no one so much as blinks, let alone argues. In Yulemore, his word is law. Oh, thanks for the Rex. Gotta go now. Yeah, see you, Tilrin. Sorry we couldn't do much combat while you were here. Too bad there hasn't been a single-player Phantasy Star since 4. I missed single-player Phantasy Star. Yeah, see ya. I do agree that sci-fi is an interesting spectrum that people misunderstand, God Eater being a good example. Yeah, he was pretty lucky to survive. When your card declines the Airbnb. Yeah. More like if you survive no use, you don't live. I'm sure Yulemore is still totally great. This guy is just an idiot. This FFXIV dude sounds like a really upstanding guy. Yeah, I noticed that too. You also do like a little animation now, Wolfster, where you kind of climb on, which I think is cool. The more I hear about Yulemore, the more determined I am to see what waits within its walls. I shall bend all my thoughts toward securing another way into the city. There must be something we can do. But first, we should convey Tristal to the shelter of the village. Fire or no fire, he needs to be out of this chilly coastal air. Away into the city. pay accept my deepest gratitude. I owe both of you my life. And if you'll permit me, I would assist you in your attempt to enter Yulmore, insofar as I am able at any rate. To be frank, the thought of sending my saviors into that awful place makes me sick to my stomach, but since it's plain you've set your minds on it, you should take this. It's my favorite paintbrush. The Yulmorian elite are never satisfied until they get exactly what they want, and if I'm not mistaken, the couple I mentioned will be looking for someone to replace me. If you make a show of owning such a well-used brush, you may be able to convince people you have a talent for painting. Are you certain? This is your livelihood. We cannot deprive you of such a treasured possession. I give it gladly after all you've done for me. Besides, I don't think I have the heart to paint anymore. As to what I'll do instead, I honestly haven't decided, but I shan't stay long in this place. Not with that city brooding over me. Nay, I'll move on to new lands and a new profession, and I'll keep you in my prayers from now until my dying day. Dang, they even broke his spirit. He doesn't want to paint anymore. They say kindness is its own reward, but Trishtal has repaid us with a gift as timely as it was unexpected. We will, however, need to act upon this advice before another painter steps in to fill the vacancy. Thankfully, I do have some modest skill with a brush. Nothing approaching that of a true artist, of course, but enough to play the role, I would hope. As for you, well, if you don't mind taking a subordinate role, perhaps you could pose as my assistant. Then it's settled. All we need to do now is return to Gate Town and await the next appearance of those vile jesters. Alright, I'm stepping away for a second. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. Sorry for the delay. I mean, there's plenty to look forward to, but given that brush with... Sorry, given that brush with death, not too surprised he doesn't want to be reminded of that. Oh. Alpha knows an artist what could possibly go wrong. A lot, actually. Okay, yeah, see ya, Wolfster. Was nice hanging with you. Oh, they're back. Here they come. Ladies and gentlemen, your attention once more. What a day it's been for folks at our door. We've welcomed a peddler who made pearls from a plum and gave a place for a painter of Aplum. So come along and don't be slow. It's time to let your colors show. Ha ha ha. It rhymes. Ha ha. I can paint, portraits at least. Landscapes and still lifes are so rarely commissioned these days. Oh, I thought I spied some new faces in the crowd. What fortune that you should feel at ease around an easel. What proof have you of your prowess? Any masterpieces on your person? Sadly not. Everything I paint is soon sold, such is the life of a working artist. I only have my brush to testify for me, though you will note that it has seen no small amount of service. Oh, yeah. Flecks of paint, both old and new, a tool much loved and much used. Not a prop to be conjured on the hop. Very well. Come with us, and we'll put those talents to the test. And who is this hanging on? Well-wisher or parasite? Why, it's my assistant. She whose unfailing support allows my art to flourish. I will go with her or not at all. Parasite, then. We shall leave her fate in the hands of your new employer. It matters not a whit to us. And having filled our latest vacant space, we retire to Yulemore's sweet embrace. Oh, mercy me, the mule. We almost took our leave without leaving a loving token. They almost forgot to feed the freaking other people. We must empty the sacks ere we make our way back. Finally time to enter Yulemore. Forgot how much buildup there was. Yeah, that sure took a while. Oh, I guess it is pretty fucking fancy in here.
Is beyond us. The lament of all but saints and fools, and the comfort of the lords and ladies of this accursed place. Once they held fast against the madness, only to embrace the coming cataclysm and delight.
Is that a male stripper? Oh, okay, there's two girls up there too. I thought they were, for a second I was like, whoa, they're all guys, damn. How progressive. Can't forget to feed the unwashed masses.
Themselves and the misery they share. Or perhaps for them alone, the promise of eternal pleasure really does hold true.
Welcome, welcome to the city of final pleasures. Feel free to weep at its magnificence. No? Not even a single tear? Moving right along then. Our first task is to register you as residents. You know, make it all nice and official. We'll smooth the way, so you just need to put on your happy face and head through the joyous hall. The Bureau of Immigration is in the first room on the left side of the passage. Declare your name and occupation in a nice loud voice. The clerks will tell you where to go from there. Oh, and pay no mind to those folks off the side of the road. Much like their hopefuls in Gate Town, they haven't earned the right to enter the city proper. If, however, you enjoy basking in the envy of your fellow men, then by all means take your time. But why waste another moment? Go, enjoy the beginning of your new life in paradise. Which paradise? That's an important question, though. The Bureau of Immigration, was it? I suppose we had better show ourselves willing for the time being. Actually, I kind of want to talk to these people. Curious. Did you need something? Oh, I've lived here for ages, 10 years at least. It was my mother who brought me, though she's dead now, of course. It's funny. I ought to feel sad to think of her, but I don't. Don't feel much of anything anymore, really. I suppose there's not much point to it. I have nothing. Nothing to love, nothing to hope for, so why bother? I know I'll never give up. I know I'll never get up there to Yulemore proper. I'll live here, stealing their scraps, and then I'll die here. That's all. Wow. Well, I guess, yeah. They literally do have some of their scraps, huh? It may just be a drafty shack, but I'm doing my best to make the place look nice. Just because the world is a terrible place doesn't mean I have to be miserable about it. Most of the wood and iron you see around the derelicts were scavenged from the old sunken ships. Not the finest of materials, but we've managed it well enough so far. The poors are jealous, it seems so. Ow. That hurt. If I could only get a patron to recognize my skill in cooking, I could take the children up to Yulemore. They'd be safe. At least. Alright, I get the picture. They live just outside of here, and... yeah, they get, like, the leftovers. Okay. Gotcha. The poors are jealous. Yeah. Oh, Aethernet shard. Yeah, this place is nice, but kind of in an obnoxious sort of way. Like, what are these colors, man? It kind of hurts your eyes. Oh, I walked past the objective. Welcome to Yulmore, fortunate friends. May I have your names? I am Alphino, an artist, and this is Weapons, my assistant. Ah yes, I was informed of your imminent arrival. We can forego the usual interview and begin processing your registration papers forthwith. Now, the citizens of Yulmore are divided into two classes. There are the free, who are blessed with the favor of Lord Vothri, and the bonded, who work in the employ of the free. So even when you get into the city, there's still a class distinction. That's crazy. You will be joining the ranks of the bonded. Your duties are to serve a patron in the capacity for which you were chosen. In your case, painting pretty pictures. So that would mean that I'm a bonded of a bonded then, because I'm Alphino's assistant, who Alphino is employed to one of the free people here. Damn. I'm a bonded squared. Should your patron dismiss you for any reason, you must find another sponsor among the free or accept work as a general laborer. And what about when you threw that guy in the ocean? Or the sea or whatever? I see, and might you tell us something of the patron we are to serve? The two patrons, actually, Chai-Nuz and Dulia Chai, a Mistel couple who most referred to as the Chais. They are both gentle souls, but I would ask that you conduct yourself with respect and humility for your own sake as much as theirs. Now, a moment, please, while I complete the relevant paperwork. All in order. These are your registration documents. Take those papers next door and submit them to the clerk. Once they've been stamped, you will officially be Yulmorian citizens. Enjoy your new life in paradise. Not too surprising. Well, to the people outside the city, you are above them. Nah, you are a tag-along who is at the mercy of whether or not the employers allow you to stay. I will be staying. They say my negotiation skills are pretty top tier. Welcome to the Bureau of Registration. Papers, please. What have we here? Alphino, artist, weapons, artist assistants, to be employed in the service of Lord Chai-Nuz and Lady Dulia Chai. Yes, everything seems to be in order. Your registration is hereby approved. I think it best that we deliver you to the Chai residence before... Oh dear. You smell hideous. Did you crawl here through a ditch? It's like an unholy miasma of dust and sweat and the musk of some unwashed beast. Hey, you're half cat. You're a beast too. I can't help if I got a little dirt under the scales. Proceed directly to the delusory next door and scrub yourselves clean. Use whichever showers are free. After you've rinsed away that stench, you'll want to splash yourself with this perfume, liberally. Once you've made yourself presentable, then you may proceed to the Chai residence. Cornen, the guard by the stairs, will give you directions. I hadn't realized we were so aromantic. You may be a servant, but you're basically the highest tier of servant now. Moving up in the world. Can't forget to clean the unwashed masses. Cats are well groomed, though. You are stinky. She deadass told me to wash my ass. Alright, fine. Fighting all those beasts. You rinse yourself clean in the stream of water. Oh, and I gotta apply the perfume. Wait. Okay. I don't think it's in here, no. Maybe it's in my key items. Figured, yeah. Okay. Oh, you've showered and dressed already, have you? Is it not... That is to say... It seems rather exposed for one's... ablutions, does it not? I'm going to invoke the name of Estinian and hope that maybe he can get some more screen time. Good gods, you will mention nothing of this, swear to me. Yeah, figured it out, it's a key item. Well, that was bracing. I believe the lingering smells of the road have been successfully expunged. Shall we go and present ourselves to our new patrons, then? You're looking to present yourselves to the Chais, are you? Let me explain how the city's laid out, then. Imagine 3 layers, one on top of the other. This layer here is called the buttress. Above us is the understory, where the military has its headquarters, and above that you've got the canopy, which is where the free citizens of Yulmore spend their days. So if you want to find your new patrons, you'll need to keep climbing until you run out of stairs, then look for the Grand Dame's Parlor. They'll be in there, like as not. It's a lot of stairs. Oh, let me, I guess, get this Aether Current while I'm in here. Not Aether Current, oh my god. You know what the fuck I mean. Wait. What the fuck? Oh, okay. I knew it was close by. Wrong way. Did I don't think I hit this aetheryte yet. Special permission. Okay, so that works in gameplay too, I guess. Okay. Interesting. As one fat fucking cat. I mean, relative to the rest of the characters in this game. I guess this is fairly standard for American woman size, but I'm gonna shut up now.
Lord and Lady Chai, pray forgive our intrusion. I am given to understand you were in search of an artist.
Ah, you must be the new,
Bro, your woman is like twice your size. She looks like she ate you.
Oh, goodness me. What an adorable boy.
Stinky servants are not allowed to attune to the rock.
That silken hair, those pearly cheeks, oh, and you even smell wonderful, like a bed of flowers. I approve of this one, dearest. I am positive he'll paint us the most delightful pictures.
Yes. Well, as long as he paints better than that talentless wretch we sent packing last week.
Damn. You didn't send him packing, you sent him swimming. There's kind of a difference.
Wonderful, wonderful. Welcome to Yulmore.
She's like, who's this lizard lady?
Alfino, if it please you, my lady. And this is my assistant.
Your assistant? I've heard of folk bringing in family members, but this seems a bit irregular. Aren't you a little young to have a protege?
The aetheryte has standards and you are not on the list, dude. That is so... They're so petty they works their way into the gameplay.
We are family in all but name, my lord. Though we share no blood, we have stood by each other through life's many challenges, resolved to prevail together or not at all.
He's technically not wrong. Well, to be fair, they didn't send him swimming, they just made him unemployed, and after week Voth3 decided to throw him out. Yeah, that is true. They didn't directly toss him into the sea. I guess.
Of all people, 'tis she who best understands my work. With her unique insight guiding my hand, the art I create is sure to satisfy your expectations. Once the picture is begun, of course, I shall have no need of constant encouragement. And so I wondered, rather than her being in your way, might it then be permissible for my assistant to explore the city she has so longed to see? Out of gratitude for her priceless contribution to my art, I thought it only fair that I make this humble request on her behalf.
Oh, did you ever hear of such devotion? Of course your assistant must have her wish. She shall be free to roam to her heart's content. Isn't that right, darling?
Oh, yes. Yes, of course, dearest. Quite right.
Can I touch the aetheryte yet? No, okay. I'm still too much of a fucking peasant. Okay. Now you have the opportunity to experience Yulmore. I suggest that you make the most of it. Explore the city top to bottom. In other words, I would start with the canopy and go from there. Try wandering around the market stalls, mayhap. Such places are usually filled with colorful characters, only too eager to share local gossip with a friendly visitor. I would appreciate it, of course, if you could share any discoveries with me in turn. We should both learn as much as possible about our new place of residence. You won't be able to go into that aetheryte for a while, so what you're saying is I better make sure I don't, like, die if I get into any battles, basically. Oh, hello there. A fresh register, are we? You seem a little lost. Well, 'tis lovely to make your acquaintance. Speaking of acquaintances, you wouldn't happen to have run into my attendant on your wanderings, would you? Big, strong lad, long hair, tied back. He was escorting me on a shopping errand when I realized I'd dropped my handkerchief, and now I've been waiting here all alone while he's been off searching for it. I'm not terribly fond of being alone. If you do see him, I would be obliged if you could pass on this message. Forget the silly handkerchief and return to my side at once. So he could be anywhere in here? That's... okay. Oh, there he is. Oh. Don't forget to socialize with the washed masses. Wicked white. It was too close. Or that was too close. Thank you, friend. I don't know what I would have done if you hadn't come along. I was trying to rescue my lady's handkerchief, you see. The wind must have blown it over the edge, but luckily I caught on to something. I thought if I could just stretch out far enough. I should have been like, you risked your life for a scrap of cloth. Like, come on, man. She is my entire world. Without her, I am nothing. When I first came to Yulmore, I only thought of improving my lot in life. But there was so much more to the city than wealth and plenty. There is no war here, no conflict. The residents all treat each other with warmth and respect. My mistress has been ever so kind to me, and I can think of no other place in Collusia where I could possibly be happier. Sorry, I might have gotten a bit carried away. I find it hard to stop when I start counting my blessings these days. Please, you should come with me to meet my lady. Once she hears of your deed, you will be witness to her generosity firsthand. What? Lonely, you say? Curse my clumsy feet. I must return to her immediately. My attendant told me everything. I am so very grateful you were there to offer your assistance. as if he were a member of my own family. I could not live the wonderful life I lead without him. We free citizens owe the bonded our unending gratitude. Mayhap in another society, our different standing would breed prejudice or resentment, but in Yulmore, a most glorious measure is in place to avert such unpleasantness. Part of that measure requires that the free surrender their fortunes. Upon registration, all of our property, financial, intellectual, or otherwise, is given over to the city. Bro. In exchange, you are provided with ample funds and commodities to live a life of pampered luxury. Being liberated from the concern of earning coin has an almost miraculous effect on people's outlook. There are no rivals to compete against, only fellow residents with whom to enjoy our tranquil existence. Now, if you'll excuse us, I must see what the markets have to offer as a reward for the return of my handkerchief. Oh, and I've not forgotten you, of course, our courageous messenger turned rescuer. Shenanigans aplenty, but at least that woman cares for the man and wouldn't want him to die. That's fair, yeah. It's one of the better dynamics, one of the better, free and bonded dynamics I've seen here, I guess. All this task of relying on the bonded, and I haven't given a thought as to what your duties might be. I hoped I haven't interrupted your work unduly. A tour of the city, is it? Then you must visit the beehive. It's always buzzing with activity. Local humor. Anyway, a lady by the name of Tista B usually has her seat near the entrance. She will gladly speak with you on any number of topics, assuming you find yourself on her good side. Strip club. Welcome to the beehive, my little drone. Seeking the sting of excitement to liven up your day? I can tell at a glance when folk are new to our happy colony. It's the nervous fluttering, you see, always gives them away. Why don't we play some cards to set you at ease, eh? A quick game of high or low. It's simply a matter of guessing who has the bigger hand. If you win, I'll grant you a single favor. Within reason, of course. Interested? Ready for a game of high or low, then? Yeah, how do I play? Oh, really? Hey, it makes me gill, I am poor. 3 cards for you, 3 cards for me, you flip... What the hell? Okay. 3 cards for you, 3 cards for me. You flip 1 of yours over, and I flip 2 of mine. Will your total be higher or lower than mine? Low. You're going with low? Then, right, let's see what we've got. My cards add up to 16, and you have... Wow. Barely 15. Congratulations, your guess was right. Usually I'd concede defeat at this point, but what do you say a rematch? 1 more win and then we'll talk about that favor. Another match of high or low, okay. Sure. Three cards for you, 3 cards for me. You flip one over, one of yours over, and I flip over 2 of mine. Okay. I'll go for high this time. 17, okay. I have 12 right now. Oh, it's a tie. So I would have had the wrong answer either way. It's a draw. Oh, it seems we came out equal, but as lovely a coincidence as that may be, we still need a clear winner. I like to hear. Let me shuffle the deck. Now, what's your call? Will your total be higher or lower than mine? I'm going low again. 14, okay. 20. Wow. Oh dear, looks like this match goes to me. I mean, yeah, now we're truly even, so this one will actually dead-ass be the tiebreaker. $16. Yeah, okay. Well, well, would you look at that? I think you've got a knack for this newcomer. Congratulations, victory is yours, as the prize I promised. Come whisper in my ear then, and don't be shy. Tell old Tista what she can do for you. That's all? How delightfully wholesome. But if knowledge is what you want, then that is what you shall have. In my humble estimation, the most wondrous thing about this town is how safe we are from sin-eaters. They say Lord of Authry was born with the power to command them. What? Wait a minute. Whoa. Which means no Yulmoran need ever raise a weapon in defense of the city. Was that the kind of thing you wish to know? If your itch still needs scratching, you might get a few words out of Othrin over there. There's not that Mary Sot likes more than the sound of his own voice. Shenanigans aplenty. Guys, you can still hear my mic, right? Because Streamlabs gave me like a pop-up saying like my mic was like disconnected. I don't know if it disconnected and reconnected, but I'm just confirming. What's that? New to Yulmore, you say? Only just arrived. Okay, alright, so Streamlabs was full of shit. Okay, just checking. Only just arrived and already you're looking to peel away the layers of mystery. Oh, I'm all for chatting, but you need to slow down and enjoy life, my friend. I'll tell you what, you hop on stage and give us a dance first, and then we can have our little talk. Fine. What the? Why can't I? Oh, just dance. Okay. The things I do for story progression. We can't hear you. I only respond to the voices in my head. Can't forget to entertain the washed masses. I was trying to interact with it the way you interact with the NPCs, but maybe you just, yeah. Now that was a show. You're welcome to clamber up on stage anytime you like. So, what was it you wanted to ask me? Ah, yeah, something about our fair city. Well, I can tell you it wasn't always so peaceful as it is today. The Yulmoran army may be the very essence of military might, but even our forces saw grievous losses in the war against the Sin Eaters. Things changed for us, around 20 years or so when the old ruler's son came to power. He's got this way with the Eaters, you see, turns them docile as house cats. I wouldn't be exaggerating to say they've become something of an ally to Yulmore, no longer an enemy to be feared. Bread and circuses for all there's meat dancing. Oh, I didn't even notice you blended in so well, damn. Ah, yes, and yet elsewhere there are still fools who insist on fighting their losing battles. I can't speak, god damn it. A toast to Lord Vothri. You've gained a preliminary sense of the city. The Chais and Alphino will be expecting your return. So this guy is like in bed with the Sin Eaters, it seems. Some way, somehow. Oh, you've returned from your jaunt around the city so soon? You needn't have hurried back. Alphino has yet to put brush to canvas. One cannot rush good art, I'm told. Or good artists, apparently. Ah, finally. Oh. He just left to switch out his outfit. I've put together an ensemble out of the garments you chose. Is this satisfactory? Oh, goodness gracious me, that last outfit was precious, but this makes you look positively dashing. You truly are a handsome boy. What am I to decide? I thought you were painting them a picture. You gonna be her personal cosplayer? Exactly, the lad's an artist, dearest, not a dress-up doll. It's about time he set him to work for the reason we called him here. Must we? I do love a good painting, but I thought since we're enjoying ourselves so thoroughly... Well, that is to say, as long as you... Just make sure you give the lad time to prepare. We know who will be upset if he's not ready to paint at a moment's notice. Whatever you say, darling. So, shall we pick up some jewelry next? New drip is good, but I kind of miss the hobo look. Yeah. I'm gonna kind of miss his Heavensward outfit, I'm not even gonna lie. Lady Chai has a very particular sense of beauty, and apparently that extends to how I should dress whilst painting. But this obsession of hers works in a favor. The time I spend indulging these distractions is time you can use to continue your explorations. For this excursion, I'd like you to delve into the layer below us and sniff about the military headquarters. I'm sure the understory has its own tale to tell. Wait, I think I can just use... yeah. Oh, no I can't. Okay, fine. I am so confused. Wait, no I'm not. I think I got it. There we go. I think I walked past it. Did I? Maybe I didn't. No, there it is. Okay, I had to go down a little bit more. No, I think I did go all the way down. For the love, why is this place so fucking confusing? Okay, this was the door I was supposed to go through. I thought that was a door. You're one of the bonded, aren't you? Like me. Please, I need your help. My throat, I can't sing anymore. I've been making excuses, but it's just not getting any better. If my patron thinks I'm no use to him, then... then you're cooked. I need you to sneak out to the derelicts and describe my condition to Thorich? Here's a list of symptoms and a hunk of meal to pay for his medicines. Please, I have no one else to turn to. Alright, will do. Wait, where is this guy? This is... well, I guess we'll find it. I think that's all the way on the bottom floor. Can I use these? Oh, I can use them, I just can't. I just can't use them from the map. Okay. Really funny place. No, I think I just went up. Or maybe I didn't attune to the Aether. Oh my god, that. Take me back down. Oh, they're outside Yulmore. Okay. So I need to go this way. Yeah, I'm really feeling the pain of not being able to use that fucking aetheryte crystal. You need medicines, tonics, potions? A cure for an ailing voice, is it? No, no medicine will cure this. Methinks your songbird has a lump in her throat. It must be cut out, excised, and even then the voice may never heal completely. Poor little songbird. Will they kick her from the nest, I wonder? Or simply silence her chirps? Damn, there's like nothing he can do. Oh, your face, you didn't know. Of the many hopefuls who enter the city, very few are ever seen to leave, even as corpses. Oh, you might see one or two fortunate fools hurled from the balconies, but the rest? Gone. Uh-oh. A town of nightmares it is. Not for this ship's rat. Oh, no, no. I am content to scurry along down here and nibble on the crumbs of which fall from the table. This consultation is over. You have my verdict, and I have my meal. Good day. Damn. So basically, she's cooked. We've all been there. Now you have incentive to earn your citizenship. Truly a good society. Did you get my medicine? I'm gonna hold your hand when I tell you this. So that's it. What am I to do if I can't sing? Ah, there you are, my sweet canary. Have you been crying again? Don't tell me your voice is still not on the mend. Oh, generous sir, have mercy. I've done all I can, but even the apocryphy said... Let me off this crazy train. The guy, yeah, I guess he was the lucky one. Bro got thrown in the ocean, he was lucky. So you've been suffering all this time. I am sorry, my pet. I hadn't realized your affliction was this grave. But you needn't fret. I'll not reward your hours of trilling by casting you out on the street. You are too kind, sir. But what use am I if I cannot sing? I fear the day I become more burden to you than treasure. Then I shall have a word with Lord of Vothri and arrange for your ascension. In that paradise where resides neither pain nor illness will your song ring out clearly once again. Or mayhap you think it's a step too far. Wait, what does he mean by ascension? Like promoting her to like free status? Can he do that? No, you would do that for me? Of course. Why, I would almost wish to hasten my own ascension, knowing your blessed instrument was waiting there to greet me. You must be a new arrival. Allow me to explain. As all know, the Sin Eaters exist to devour the sinful, but also do they serve to gather the souls of the innocent and shepherd them unto celestial paradise. Wait, what? It is through Lord Vothri that we learn this truth. It is through Lord Vothri's grace that the free people of Yulmore are destined to embrace salvation. So if they eat you for doing something bad, you deserved it. But if they eat you for doing something good, you earned it. And they just call everyone who isn't like them sinful. So basically, he's gonna give her to Vothri, and Vothri's gonna feed her to the Sin Eaters, and basically he's gonna say, well, they saved her, when in reality they just fucking killed her, or whatever the hell. Biblically accurate angels, you said. We are blessed to spend our days surrounded by love and merriment, until at last we are called up to our final rapture. Even the bonded may find a place within that host, should their patrons deem them worthy. Deem her worthy to be executed, you mean? Or at the very least turned into a Sin Eater? Although... Lord Vothri truly is a great man, isn't he? This is a cult, man. Get me out of here. Y'all are drinking some serious Kool-Aid. Now, if you'll excuse us, we must be on our way. May you find eternal salvation for the compassion you have shown my precious canary. We will get rid of you, but nicely, I guess. Well, most of the people there don't really know the process. Well, yeah, but... Ascended to a higher being of existence, this place truly is paradise. That's a way to put it. I guess I just gotta walk there. Nice thing about talking to Trails fans is that the word paradise could either mean happy place or something else. Oops. Locked myself up. I think this is the one. Ironically, the fastest way up from there was to teleport down to the first floor and take the elevator. Why didn't I think of that? It's just good to see you back. You were taking so long I began to worry something had happened. I had begun sketching an outline for the portrait, but nay, the chais appear otherwise occupied. Will you share what your investigations have gleaned thus far? So Lord Vothri boasts some manner of influence over the Sin Eaters, does he? That would explain the reverence in which he is held by the citizenry. And as for this ascension business, I cannot help but put in mind of that apothecary and his ominous remarks. If so many folk have entered the city over the years, then where did they go? Where did they go indeed? He's painting them. Hey, he's pretty damn good. He'll get the job done. I can imagine Dulia's probably going to complain that he made her he made her portrait a bit too accurate to her in real life. You need to shave off about 20 pounds off of that portrait, dude. Modest artist he claims to be. Alphino seems eager to discuss the significance of your discoveries. I take my eye off you for one moment and you're chattering with that assistant of yours. Am I to assume the outline is done then? What? The blazes? What? It's so unflattering. Explain yourself, Alphino. It looks fine to me. That's the whole piece. Where's your artistic interpretation? It should invoke images of affluence and nobility and overwhelm the viewer with its boundless beauty. I mean, I don't know. Take a look in the mirror. Maybe you're just not. Maybe you're just unflattering or unflattering in the picture. I probably have gotten this coat in blue. That's just me. You said that this portrait to commemorate the anniversary. Yours being a joyous union, it seems to me that's a realistic portrayal. Realistic? I don't want realism. I want a spectacle of slacking jaws and wicked knees to make people cry out in amazement. A blank canvas and someone's in trouble. Nobody wants accurate. Yeah. Hey, paint me a self-portrait. Alright, here's a self-portrait. What the fuck is this? And then you look in the mirror, it's like, oh yeah, that is what I look like. Damn. I say, did that come from above? These two again? Ladies and gentlemen, your attention please. A tale to make you quiver and your noble blood freeze. There was a villain on the loose, set to ruin our fair city. But our Lord now, its fate will not be pretty. Yes, the hammer of justice is poised to come crashing down, and one and all who'd watch it fall are invited to join in his lordship in the offer. A Metcon, how dreadful. And this man is to face sentencing? That's right. In fact, if you're curious, it might be worth going along for the experience. The offer they mention is part of the emergement. The level above us where Lord Vothri resides. Ordinarily it would be barred from entering, but it seems they'll be opening the doors for the next little while. The crown lift will take you up there. We'd better not dwell then. Yep, headed up. Accuracy is quite necessary. What the hell? Hold on.
That's Vothri.
What the hell is even that?
I can't say anything else without risking getting in trouble. And what is he? Is this like a frickin' is this a sin eater? I think this lion was from the trailer, but like, oh, it's white and has wings, so I figured, damn.
He's attended by sin eaters. But how does he keep them from attacking?
Dude, he has a harem of sin eaters. What the fuck? What? This fat ass is over here pulling sin eater baddies like. If the sin eaters were evil, they wouldn't be this cute. My little sin eater can't be this cute. Oh my god. Sin eaters were hinted at back in, I believe, Heaven's Word in an Amdapor dungeon. Yeah, my memory on that is kind of fuzzy, but yeah.
Mercy. Mercy.
By the 12.
Oh, it's him.
Kaishia, what happened to you?
Well, he got in, but what happened after that?
Who are these impudent louts? I do not recall requesting their presence.
Lord Vorthree, what is the meaning of this? Why is this poor man bleeding to death on your floor?
His flesh wound.
Why? You ask me why? Because criminals must be punished. And this man is guilty of fraud.
Oh.
He came to us, claiming to be a man of business. Yet his subsequent conduct has shown him to be anything but.
Uh-oh.
Europe is a city built on love for one's fellow man. Those who have naught to give and live only to take are a blight upon our society.
Alright, sure, buddy.
To atone for this crime, I ordered that he fling himself from the balcony.
Take another swim. Another one to the sea.
He had the temerity to weep. Please, my lord, anything but that. What then is a man of mercy to do? But offer the sinner another way to show his contrition.
So you had him cut himself instead?
Another way? Meaning what exactly?
Sin eaters are part of Yulmor's society, but they must be fed with ether. Living ether. So, I demanded an offering of flesh, carved by his own hand, from his own hide.
Bro is quite literally in bed with the ops. Is literally in bed with the ops.
And still, he could not do as I asked.
Looks like he cut a pretty nice pound of flesh to me.
A wholly unsatisfactory performance.
I don't want to be the guy that sends you into a complaint for a message, but in this case, nobody told you. Sometimes your stream... Yeah, it's been choppy since I started. I tried fixing it, I don't know. Like, I closed out my other windows. I heard the data centers were congested, so it might be that, or it might just be my internet. let me see. And it's at 720p 30, so like it shouldn't be you know, it's like at the lowest I can possibly put it while it still looks somewhat presentable, so I don't I'm just thinking, is there anything else I can tweak here? But if it's my internet, then I kind of can't. And it's usually not choppy like this either. I kind of hate how something is happening and it's still choppy. Even the bitrate's pretty fucking low. Yeah, we know, but yeah, there wasn't really much more I could.
Cashier won his place here by fraud, but his actions were driven only by desire to share in your paradise.
Yeah, I tried closing out of any other like network-heavy applications, and I connected my PC like, you know, like through Ethernet, but it looks like it only helped it a little bit. And then I traveled to another another like data center or whatever the hell it's called, because apparently I'm usually on Balmung, but apparently that one was really congested. The internet cannot handle someone like Balther. He's eating all the bandwidth. Where's the bandwidth he is?
That you would cast him out I could almost accept, but to humiliate him thus, to demand his very life, is this truly the way of Yulmore?
Yeah, this is out here the fucking cutting board.
Dim, deluding child. Have you ever paused to consider what it takes to maintain such a paradise in this barren, broken world of ours? The guarantee of safety and stability. The knowledge that if one only abides by the rules, one has naught to fear. I alone can offer these things, for I alone can command the Sin Eaters.
Bro looks like a fucking Sin Eater himself. Like, what the fuck is this? This looks like a face. This looks like someone's face. Look at this. His fucking his left nipple looks like somebody's face, or his left, you know, titty, or whatever. His left man titty.
And thus am I alone the voice of justice, and any who oppose me, villains to be punished.
And then everyone clapped. Literally.
And people call this paradise.
You were granted a place in my city for a particular skill. What was it?
painting.
An artist! Then you shall paint a picture for me of Yulm. If I find your art pleasing, then I may excuse this display of insolence.
Now I know Alphino's gonna put his back into this painting. He's gonna paint a biblically accurate Yulmore and it's gonna make him mad.
Who gave you permission to tend to that criminal's wounds? I told you to paint me a picture!
A man of matter. A human hunger.
What you need is a mirror, not a painting. It will capture the horror I see before me far better than I ever could. Can you walk? I think so.
Did that little worm just insult me?
It took him like 5 minutes for that to register in his head. He had to sit there and think about it. One second, there is a setting that I'm thinking might change. It might work. But of course it's gonna crap out first. Because FF14 does not like it when I, Wait, what? Huh. Rare blue Alice burn, it was super effective. Can I... Okay, there is a change that might fix this, but I might have to like end this stream and start a new one. So what I'm gonna do at the end of this cutscene, as soon as I get control of my character back, I might cut this stream short, but that, well, short, I've been going for 3 hours, but I might cut this one. Oh, push through and deal with it later? Okay. Alright, well, that's what I'll do then. Bro is coping.
I'll kill them! I'll kill them all! I'll enslave their minds! I'll torment them! Torture them! Then tear out their...
Dude, chill, you're gonna wreck the whole city. You're gonna cause a fucking seismic earthquake with that shit. Magnitude 9. Forgive me, in my anger I seem to have marched us back outside again, though it probably best we leave the island altogether. I believe we've worn out our welcome in Yulemore. Solus? In any case, I've seen enough of the world's self-proclaimed capital city to convince me that our battle against the Sin Eaters will find few allies in Collusia. I will accompany you back to the Crystarium. We need to regroup and think our strategy anew. Kalshir, I have done you a great disservice. You were hungry and desperate, and I offered you a solution without once considering the risk inherent in you accepting it. If I had but known the price you would be made to pay. You gave me everything I needed to make your idea work. It was me who made a mess of things, not you. But even after all the trouble I caused, you still stepped in and saved me, and now Lord Vothri wants us all dead. Why not come back with us to the Crystarium? I am certain we can find work for you there, if you are willing. No, that would just be me leaning on your kindness again. I need to do some thinking, learn how to stand on my own 2 feet. Very well, but you must promise me you'll be careful. The Yulmorians may yet come looking for us. Or the Sin Eaters. Or both. I'll keep my head down, don't worry. And you take care too. Give me the chance to repay you what you've done for me. Huh. Alphino. Lord and Lady Chai. What in the blazes did you do? They have the entire city looking for you. I took a peek at your unfinished portrait, Alphino. Now, I've had many beautiful and striking pictures painted for me, but there was something about your work. It was as if you had caught the very essence of our love and rendered it naked upon the canvas. It was bold, unflinching, and I adored it. Please, you must come back with us and finish what you began. I will speak with Lord Vothri and vouch for your character. I'm sure we can smooth over any hard feelings. I am sorry, Lady Chai. There are more important matters with which I must attend. More important? What could be more important than enjoying the days we have left to us to the fullest? Pray press me no further. We are leaving, but I would not presume to take the garments you were so kind to procure for me. One moment. Wait, don't fucking strip in front of her. I wouldn't hear it. Keep the clothes, you silly boy. Insist. And I shall make arrangements so that you can pass the gate without causing a stir. I expect you to come and visit. Oh, how convenient. I will return and promise you that the outrage I witnessed must not go unanswered. The next time we meet, I shall be better prepared to confront the corruption which hides behind the glittering facade. Yeah, they're surprisingly wholesome. Dulachai reminds me of r/chonkers. Big cat, yeah. Reminds me of Garfield, except she's a chick, but yeah. Dulachai is such a cinnamon bun. She is, yeah. All jokes aside, yeah. She seems, yeah. She seems all right. Funny how it's a Dula who has no issue with the painting. Almost dungeon time? Bro said almost dungeon time like it ain't been like 8 hours of gameplay since I started this expansion. Wait, why am I here? I shouldn't be going to the... Oh well. Thank you, my friend, for staying at my side through this whole sordid endeavor. Whilst not quite the joyous outcome I had hoped for, our efforts have nevertheless answered a great many questions. Suffice to say, our plans for saving the First are unlikely to involve the aid of Lord Valthree and his subjects. Come, we must speak with the Exarch and chart a new course. This is far from over. Wait, why am I here? They can just use this. Bro was stuck in Yulmore for so long, he forgot how to teleport. Nox, you are a funny-ass motherfucker, I'll say that. It is good to be back amongst friends, not to mention my dear sister. I have not seen her for some time, but I gather she is as keen to press on with our plans as I am. And you've seen quite a lot of the First yourself now, more than enough to appreciate the scale of obstacles we face. Let us lay our discoveries before the Exarch and discuss what must be done. Okay, what I'm gonna do, I'm trying to think here. I'm going to end this stream, but I'm gonna start up another one in a bit, and like it's not gonna be nearly as long as like what we just did. Like you know, maybe an extra, whatever, like an extra chunk of the story. But yeah, it won't be nearly as long as this. But like. Yeah, I'll start up another stream in a little bit, and I'll see if maybe that fixes the choppy issue. Because there is a fix that I have in mind, but I would have to end this stream and, like, tweak some settings. So yeah, I'll see y'all in a bit. Maybe like 15 minutes or so. Talk to Red Alphino and Blue Alley, say we're talking to the Exarch. Alright, we'll